Good evening, everyone. Today we will create a flashbang effect. You could have seen this effect made by other people. For example, like this. But my version will be less harmful for your eyes and less complicated and will not require additional LED. This time I decided not to script the whole video. We will see how it will go, but I predict that grammar errors will be through the roof. Also, sorry for the quality, I'm still figuring out this stuff. After all, we are here not for my pretty face, but for knowledge. So let's dive into it. As usual, we will use AutoIt for doing our stuff. Again, this effect doesn't work in full screen mode, but it works in borderless native resolution. But as usual, I will be using it in the windowed mode. Because this is how I stream my games. So as usual, we will create our script file and dive into documentation. The idea is really simple. We need to create white window on top of our game window. For this we will use GUI create function. It got a bunch of parameters. For title you can write whatever you want. I will use flash with For width and height we will use dimensions of our game window. For left and the top we will use position of our game window. For styles we will use VS pop-up, so it doesn't have any borders or controls. We will need to include Windows constants file, so we can use style constants. For extended style we will use VS X topmost. To get position of a game window, we will use winGetPos. We will feed it our window class as first parameter. After creating our window, we need to actually show it, and for this we will use GUI setState function. After using it, we will actually lose control of our game window, and to regain it, we will use winActivate. It will put focus on our game window, but it will not put it above our flashbang window. And to play with transparency of our flashbang window, we will need to use winSetTrans in the loops. And now we just need to throw all of it in the script. Here is our include. Here we are getting our window class from arguments. Here we are getting position of our game window, then creating our flash window. And here are two loops which controls fading in and out of our flash. And voila, you got a flashbang effect. As usual, some of you will need a visual effect. I prefer to have a separate flashbang layer for this. You can create it using color source, but I already have one. I use a white color, and you need to use color correction filter. Place opacity to 0 and hide your source. And now it's the time to connect it to the channel point system. As usual, I will use streamer.bot for this. We need to create action, fill it as you wish. I already created mine. We will need to get our global variable with window class. Then we will perform our AutoIt script using perform command and sending here our window class as argument. Then you will need to create OBS source visibility state. Select appropriate scene and source. Duplicate it, one to show and one to hide our source. And we will need to execute the custom code. These two loops are similar to our loops in the AutoIt script. And now we just need to create our reward. Fill all this stuff and then select appropriate action. And here we have our effect in action. And effect is done. Now you just need to change your game class every time you change the game. How to do this you can find in my previous video, and also how to tie it up with your stream start. As usual, go please the algorithm, and I'll see you next time. Have a good evening and bye bye.